Hello, my darlings. Welcome back to Marion K Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the week commencing the 1st of June until the 7th of June. And today we are using the Lumina Tarot. This happens to be the deck that I pulled out of the jar, which we have been doing since the beginning of the year. Is it the beginning of the year? Sometime. Where every week I pull a different deck out of the jar. And it's quite fitting this week that it should be the Lumina Tarot that I pull out, because I've got some news. Don't panic, don't freak out. This is going to be my last YouTube video for a while. It's going to be my last work for a while. I have got a Zoom class on the Wednesday night, the 3rd of June. I have got an in-person market on Sunday, the 31st of May, and after that I'm done. I am completely exhausted, is the honest truth. You just know that I'm always honest with you. I'm always as transparent as I possibly can be, and I'm always as authentic as I can be, and these things are deeply important to me. When people describe me, they talk about my authenticity, they talk about my honesty, sometimes brutal honesty. So it would be remiss of me not to have this conversation with you. I may do a video after this, I don't know, but this break, it's going to be at least 2 months. I'm taking the whole summer off, June, July, possibly some of August, I don't know. And when I say I'm taking off, I mean completely. I will not be doing personal readings. I will not be doing any consultations, any markets, etc. over the summer. I am not doing them. I'm not speaking at anything. When I say I'm off, I mean I am off. Because honestly, I am really close to burning out completely. And that's the truth. It's been a lot. It's been wild, and you know that there's been some difficult times. There's been some hard times over the last year or so, and there's been good things as well. This isn't just because there's been challenging things happening in my life personally, in the world at large. It's not just the challenging and difficult things. It's the good things as well, because with good things, with amazing things, there comes a level of responsibility, and I am always ready to shoulder that responsibility. But recently, my body has been telling me, it's been screaming at me to slow down, to do things differently, and I have been ignoring it. I have been pushing through, and I need a break. It's essential what it is. And I was thinking, since I started, working for myself, having my own business and that, have I actually had a holiday? Yeah, of course I've had weeks away, and I loved that, and switching off, but a week here and there really isn't enough. It's like the level of cortisol that I have raging through my blood is quite frightening. And I'm just on 24/7. I cannot relax. I am tense all the time, my shoulders. It's like I literally have no neck anymore because my shoulders are so hunched up. And I just need time. I just need some time out. So, as I say, this will be the last video that I do for quite some time. And I considered, pre-recording videos for you. And it just wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right to try and do that amount of videos so far in advance, because I don't know what's going to be happening. I don't know. Of course, I can look at the astrology, absolutely, but a day-to-day time, I don't know. And the worst thing I would want to do is something catastrophic happens in the world. Please, Goddess, and everybody, please, that does not happen. However, it would be remiss of me to just plough out like 8 weeks worth of videos, no discussing anything currently happening in the world at that time. So with all that being said, during that time there is also going to be and if you're watching this on Sunday and you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably have already seen the post that I've, at this point in recording this, I've not created yet. Whilst there will be a holiday, there will also be a change. There will be some big significant changes in how I conduct business going forward. There has been a lot of nudges, pushes, and I've been scared. Is the honest answer. I have been scared. I've been a shite bag. And I'll still be me. I'm not going anywhere. Well, I am for 2 months because I need to. But I am still very much in my business, but I am just going to be changing a lot of things. I am going to be, I don't want to use this phrase, but I can't think of any other phrase to use. Stepping into my power. I am stepping into my power, and I am no longer hiding behind things. And that might sound crazy to some people watching this, like, you hide, Marion, you don't hide. And actually, I do. I hide behind titles. I hide behind just names. I hide behind just different things, and it's time for change. The version of me that created Marion K. Tarot is not the same version of me now, and I think my business needs to reflect that. I think that the content I put out in the world needs to reflect that, and I am no longer just a tarot reader or just an astrologer. I will always be those things, but I am so much more than that. I'm a deck creator. I'm a conference organizer. There's other things that I want to do. There's other really exciting things coming up that that are percolating away in my mind, and I'm so excited about it. And just having my business called Marion K. Tarot just does not fit anymore. So that's going to change. So the YouTube channel's name will change. You'll still know it's me. In fact, you'll know it's me even more. And I think that'll be reflecting. It'll be like a bit of a different look going forward. I don't do a huge amount on YouTube. It's like I do these weekly videos because I love you guys. And even though they only get like maybe 60, 70 views a week, I don't care, because it's like I just always think to myself, like, imagine you're standing in in a room and there's 60 or 70 people showed up to hear what you've got to say. And that's a huge amount of people, you know. So I want you to know that I appreciate you all so much. The support, whether you comment, whether you just like it, whether you don't, whether you just watch it, you know, whether you just watch it because you want entertained, maybe because you've got a weird fetish about Scottish accents, I don't know. I just like me waffling away a lot of shit, I don't know. But whatever brings you here, know that I'm grateful for you. And even any haters that are out there who rage watch me, what's that all about? Get a life. But that's what I would say, right? So I am taking the summer off, and I am going to refresh myself. I am going to do some life admin. That's the best way I can describe it. Some life admin and deal with the chaos that I have been ignoring, basically, for the last however many years, and it's been years. Okay, so I have whittled on now for 11 and a quarter minutes, so let's get into the reading, right? So, Lumina Tarot. Why am I chapping my deck? I am not a deck chapper. Oh my god. Right, what have we got happening? The 1st to the 7th of June 2026. What have we got? Okay, so they two came out. Lovely. Right, okay. How apt. Okay. Card that I bought my deck is the Knight of Swords. If you have been here for any time at all, you will know that I have a love affair with the Knight of Swords. Okay, he is my favourite knight. He is my favourite male presenting character in the tarot. I adore him. I adore the Knight of Swords. And having his energy at the bottom of the deck, he is the writer, he is a communicator, he is a messenger of communications. He will go on quests to find the written word. And this week, especially with Gemini season, right, it's related to Gemini, probably why I like him so much. And what he does is he shows up and he asks us, he invites us to go on a quest. So this week I would ask you, we're in Gemini season, where do you need to go on a quest? What methods of communication do you need to understand better? That's overreaching and energy. That's the energy is the foundation of this reading. What we have got next is, we have got the Four of Swords. We have got the Maiden of Swords, which is the Page. And we have got Death. Okay. I love that Death card. I mean, that Death card have had many, many deep moments together. Now, Four of Swords, it's asking us to rest. How apt. It is asking us to rest, but it's asking us to rest our minds. Rest your chattering. Oh my goodness. Rest your chattering mind this week. Okay? Rest your mind so that you can hear the Knight of Swords message. Because you can be really, really busy and really, really open to communication, but actually, you're not really, because there's so much chatter. Visually, it's like you can't see the wood for the trees. Okay? You can't see it. And this week it's like the conversations that you enter into, the methods of communication that you enter into. Please be discerning. Be discerning in what it is you listen to. Be discerning in what it is you want to communicate. Look at it from a beginner's point of view, from a student's point of view, right? Rest and learn, okay, or learn to rest. What have we got with death? Death is showing up because there is an ending, okay? I never like getting these two cards together. I hate it, in fact. But here it is. And do you know what? It's pretty apt. So it is. And I'm hoping that it is figuratively and obviously not real. Not actual. But if you know, you know with these combination of cards. So we have got the Page of Swords in between these cards, right? And the page is really, really important. Okay, and I'm just going to double check. Yeah, it's swords. I thought for a minute it might have been wands, but it's not swords. The Maiden of Swords, she is this energy that comes forward asking us, daring us to go in a different direction, daring us to learn something new, doing our best to reach the parts of ourselves that we're no used to acknowledging. You know, they thoughts in the back of our mind, they thoughts that we often wait until they're screaming at us and before we listen to them, okay? It just feels very, of course it's very airy, but it's airy with a depth. This week, trust yourself, okay? Trust yourself that you know the way. Trust yourself that even if you don't feel like you know the way, you are going to be guided in the direction that you need to go, okay? You will be okay. The energy is coming through. The thoughts that you're having, the racing thoughts that you're having, take them one by one. And really concentrate and really think about actually what is it you need right now. You know, say you're having 5 continuous thoughts in a cycle going round and round and round. Pick up each one individually and say, do I need this thought? Do I need to be thinking about this? Ask it, give it its time. Give it its individual moment of concentration where you're totally devoted to it. And if you don't need it, then you discard it. Okay? So that's what I suggest that you do this week. There's new beginnings coming. There's new ways of living coming. And we are making choices this week. We are making choices that from now on, how we communicate, how we show up in the world is going to be authentically ourselves. And that's what I want to share with you, okay? And in the spirit of that, I get a new oracle deck. And I've been so excited. To use it. And here it's here. Fuck it deck. And it's 69 cards. If you get it, you get it. I'm so excited. And that's the back of it. And it's as basic as anything. And there's the words. And I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited to use it. So I got it at the Mind, Body and Soul Fair, which is very odd for that. But I got it directly through the printers. There was a UK printing house there, and they had a few decks that they have produced for different creators, and this was one of them. And I was actually talking to another lady. Okay, what we're doing is this. Some motherfucker is looking for a fight. Really? Really? If they're looking for a fight this week, don't give them it. Instead, go have some fucking fun. Right? There it's there. Go have some fucking fun. So my darlings, on that note, I am going to go and have some fucking fun. I love you all dearly. I will, but I promise I will be back from my sabbatical. If you have my email address, I may be looking at emails, possibly. I just can't help myself. But there will be no content getting produced. There will be no lives. There will be no anything like that. There will be no work related stuff. I just need to switch off. So, getting quite emotional. I will be, I'm just going on holiday, Unfortunately, I am not going on a 2-month trip around Europe. Unfortunately, and he's at a 2-month train holiday through the Canadian Rockies. I'm not doing that, which is again unfortunate. But I will be watching the World Cup. I will be enjoying just marrying things. I will be having fun. Okay? I'll be having fucking fun. So, with that to be said, thank you so much for all your support up until this point. I hope it continues, and I will see you in a wee while. Alright, my darlings. Mwah.